What's up? We are back in business, my friends. Welcome to another Truther Tuesday. All right. So today I noticed the headlines were a little light as far as trending news that everybody's talking about. You know what I've learned by doing this show every Tuesday for several weeks now, however many weeks I've been doing it. uh, I've noticed that if there's a topic that everyone's talking about, we get a big fat crowd. And then on weeks where there ain't much going on, we get a smaller crowd. So I'm thinking tonight's going to be one of those weeks where we don't really have that much going on and we're going to have a smaller crowd tonight. So I thought it would be fun tonight to do a little bit of open topic chit chat. You guys tell me what you want to talk about and we'll just talk about it. So tonight we're going to do some open topic, open chit chat, smaller crowd, more of an intimate feel. I like these kind of shows personally. So it's going to be fun for me. Hopefully you stick around and it'll be fun for you. Let's boogie, y'all. Truth or Tuesday time. All right. Now that I got the stream all set up and we're off and rolling, I did have a few topics, such as a little bit of shill busting. We could do a little shill busting. I found a couple shills who don't normally hang out together, and then they got together and hung out yesterday. So that means I get to be right again when I tell you shills of a feather, they flock together. I found some shills flocking together. Oh, some of you guys, you tell me I'm wrong when I say, this fella Jason seems kind of shilly. No, Jake, you're wrong. I'm going to unsubscribe from you for saying that about Jason. Oh, yeah? Okay. Well, what happens when Jason sits next to Dave while he hawks his app? Then what? Oh, I guess we're going to find out. Little shill busting coming up. What else do we got tonight? I was also going to talk about the chance of something big happening. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I have a few ideas. Do you guys feel like something big is about to happen? I feel like inside, like, is something really big going to go down? Right? Do you guys feel it? Is there like something inside you? Some alarm bells going off like, they're going to do a pandemic number 2 any minute now. That shit's going to pop off. Yeah. You guys know who. I already see some of you guys asking questions. Hey, I done told you one guy was a shill, and then I done told you the other guy was a shill. So then when I see these motherfuckers get together and hang out, I mean, guys, what more do I got to say than this? Bingo, bango, gotcha. I haven't even watched it yet. I just, did a little research, was scratching the surface earlier today and come across this, and I thought, God, people have to be sick of me being right all the time. I get a little sick of me being right all the time, hitting the bullseye so damn often, and still I get attacked for telling you the truth. Jake, man, Jason's not like that. I can't believe you would say that about Jason. Oh, yeah? Well, look who he's sitting next to. What do you think they're going to talk about? That app? That data mining app? The one that, steals your data? The one where Dave knows your location if you download that app? I wonder if they're going to talk about that app that's up on the screen. I wonder. We'll save it. All right. You know what? Before we get to all that shit, you know what we haven't done in a while? Probably a few streams. You guys know. Was up. Ah, wow, feels so good. I don't care what anybody thinks. I know what it's like to let loose and do one of those. Let me tell you what, it's free. It's like flying. I don't know what it's like to be a bird and fly, but I know what it's like to be the best was-upper in the world, and it's probably very similar. What the fuck am I talking about? It's going to be one of those nights. All right. LaFleur Network said this is Truth or Tuesday live on the #1 best channel on YouTube with the best chat peeps right here. That's right. Davey LaFleur from the LaFleur Network getting us started today on Truth or Tuesday. Hell yeah. First super chat of the night. Good times. All right. I actually can't remember if it was a gift. I think it was a gift along the way. So I used to have a bunch of hats that I would wear on stage with my old band. And my old band's gimmick was having funky hats. So this was just one of several different funky hats. And then I would put it on during the live streams once in a while. And then it just kind of became a thing. But then their streams were like the whole entire time, I'll just be like this without the hat. And nothing really changes, you know, hat or no hat, I'm still going to like do the same show. So like, for instance, I could just like keep talking like this and then be like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be busting some shills tonight. We're going to be having some fun. I'm going to be taking topics from you guys. I don't need the hat. I can wear the hat. The hat doesn't matter. So yeah, the hat doesn't control the funny business. The funny business comes from here. And I am, if you haven't figured this out yet, I am the funniest person in the world who is alive today. And the funniest person that there ever was in this world. Yep, all those other mainstream comics, they're limited by what the mainstream news is saying. That's right, every single mainstream comic that there ever was always tells you corporate comedy. They never really tell you the truth. Even the greatest comedian of all time, George, it's a big club, and you and I aren't in the club. Well, actually, George, I saw you on that 1-800-COLLECT commercial when I was a kid. Saw you in a few movies and TV shows. Hey, that HBO special that only Carlin got to do every fucking year. Seems to me he was in the club. Lied right to our fucking face. So even the greatest of all time will tell you a little truth, then lie right to your fucking face. You and I aren't in the club. Except for me, I do an HBO special every year, and I get recognized as the greatest comedian of all time. But I'm not in the club. Oh, no, no, no. Nice try, Georgie. All right. Looks like we got some people in chat who don't like me. If you don't like me, why are you here hanging out watching me? Huh? Because you don't like me so much? You know what I recently stopped doing is stop wasting time looking at or commenting with people who hate me and who don't matter. You know, I've made the mistake in the past of like going back and forth with people and their stupid sock accounts. Like, oh, I'm going to tell you how it is in the comment section. Now, too smart for that. Not even going to waste my time. So if somebody's looking to like start shit and get me mad, I'm like, oh, they want me to be angry. So all I got to do is be super fucking happy. And then they can just suck a big fat donkey dick and like it. And we're going to go on about our day. I'll be happy and they'll be sucking on a big fat donkey's dick. So anybody who doesn't like me, have fun sucking on a big fat donkey's dick. I don't care. Makes me happy. I like how all the sock accounts who are too afraid to show their face and say anything about me on camera, showing their face and saying their name. I love how they all congregate at the same places to hate me. It's hilarious. I see you guys. Not going to get any energy out of me that's negative. Oh no, it's only going to be fun, positive energy like this. Speaking of not giving you any more attention, I think I'm going to read some comments from my chat where I get way more engagement than any of you turds who hate me. See how that works? Oh, yes. As I get older, I'm becoming a lot more aware of how there's certain individuals whose whole life is about trying to make Jake angry and unhappy. And that's like their whole life. Wow, I've reached the status where people's whole life revolves around me being unhappy. So all I got to do is just be happy. They can't really do shit about that, right? Ah, good times. So glad I have this outlet. Funny you mentioned that. Yeah, I got carried away with working on this channel and thinking of new ideas and stuff. And I haven't been eating as much as I should. And I just noticed yesterday that I need to buy a bunch of fattening food and bulk up because day after day, I've just not been eating enough calories. And I guess I burn it all off. And then I looked at the scale and I was like, oh shit, getting a little too skinny now. Yep. So you're totally correct. So I went to the grocery store today and bought a bunch of shit just for that reason. So over the next month or two, you're gonna see me bulk back up. I don't go to the gym or anything. I'm always just thinking about what to do with this damn channel. And then food's expensive. You know how it is. Like good food's expensive. And so like I'll wake up, drink coffee, walk my dog, and then I won't finally get a meal in until late in the afternoon sometimes. You guys know how it is. Skip breakfast, you just drink some coffee, do your whole damn day on just a stomach of coffee. And then you finally eat one big meal and then pass out, you know? So, yeah, I'm one of those dudes that like my body burns calories quick and I have to replace it with more than I burn. It's a good call. No, I'm one of those people that like I burn calories quick and like, you know, I take my dog out for walks every day. So I go on like 4 walks a day. Not like super long walks, but still I'll be outside expending calories, right? First thing in the morning, later on in the afternoon, at night, and then a late night walk. So I'm not like sitting and gorging myself with food and sitting and watching TV or sitting a lot to where like I have to eat a shitload of calories in order to like put back on the weight. So that's what I'm going to have to do. It's better to have this problem than the opposite, in my opinion. Like people who are extra overweight, right? To try and get skinny, it's a lot harder. It's like for me, I just got to like eat some peanut butter and ice cream and like eat a bunch of eggs. Speaking of, I bought 60 eggs. All right. Eat pumpkin seeds to remove parasites. You know, I'm not a medical physician. I'm not a doctor. So you definitely don't want to take any medical advice from some comedian like me. But I actually had some weird rash break out on my elbow and I didn't think much of it. But then another rash broke out on my other elbow and I was like, dude, what is up with that? And it was itchy. And I was like, is it like from my chair, my desk that I'm in? Like what's causing that? And so when I went online to look up like examples of this rash to figure out what was up, it was like stuff I was finding. This is a chronic rash where there's no cure and nobody's really quite sure why this happens. It's herpetida deferma weirdo formis and there's no cure. And if you have it, all you can do is treat it, but you can't. I was like, what? Fuck that. No, no, no. There's a cure to everything. So then do a little digging, like try to find out how people are gonna beat like a simple skin rash, you know, the correct way with the right cure. And I find uh, ivermectin and castor oil. And you rub stuff like that on your skin rash, whatever it is, and within weeks you start to see it just go away. From what I've heard, I'm just a comedian. You don't want to listen to me. You don't want to take any medical advice from me. But all I'm saying is a little bit of horse cream totally hooked my elbows up. Now they're nice and smooth, right? See? Now, I don't have a before and after picture to show you or anything. This was just something that I figured out myself. But yeah, there's a product intended for horses. And apparently it can do the trick if you use it in in certain circumstances. Maybe. I don't know. I'm a comedian. I'm not a doctor. Don't trust me. So yeah, before anyone goes and spends tons of money on a skin issue, there might be a cure out there that you can find that's really cheap that works like a fucking charm. But the hospitals and the doctors, they don't want you to know about shit like that. That's how you got to figure it out yourself. Misanthropic said, I used to get all kinds of rashes when I went to tanning salons. I never went to a tanning salon. I can only imagine. It looks like I had a super chat come in that I totally let slip by from, I think it was lint away. Let me go back and snag it. Yeah. Here it is. Lint away, duck cleaning, said Stephen Hawking with his box and Neil deGrasse Tyson in an argument. Okay, so you want Stephen Hawking with the robot box arguing with Neil deGrasse Tyson. The thing about science is that there's always more to learn, and it's a never-ending loophole. And let me tell you firsthand, once you jump in, there's no going back. All you ever want to do once you become a man of science is learn more. And the wonderful thing about science, there's always more to learn. That is actually not always the case. In fact, it is also believed that at the epicenter of our own universe could possibly be a black hole, and this could possibly be something beyond man's own scope of discovery, which could possibly transcend the word science altogether. Man's understanding of the word science is limited by man's inability to understand the cosmos. Yeah, but I am the world's most famous astrophysicist. So, therefore, my opinion matters more than somebody who thinks the earth is flat. Whether the earth is flat or whether the earth is a globe is something that only a human would be contemplating when there is, in fact, greater mysteries that lie beyond the cosmos. Yeah, but let's get this straight. I've got the most scientific eyebrows in the known universe, and this is a fact. Nobody cares about your scientific eyebrows, Neil. Get a hold of yourself, you egomaniac. All right. It's kind of hard to get those guys to argue when like they're both like on the same team, basically. They both agree on a lot of the same shit. I'm like, how am I going to cause conflict between these two motherfucking space nerds when they're like on the same damn team? Shit. All right. There you go. Lint away, duck cleaning. Just for you, buddy. Oh, you're welcome. Got them scientific eyebrows going for you. All right. All right, y'all, check it out. Let's see what these guys got to say.
So I don't really have a lot in the way of announcements. You guys know I do have a video in the works right now. Well, I've got like 30 videos in the works. I've given you a full list a couple weeks ago. But one of them that's coming soon is we're going to completely dismantle the entire uniformitarian scientific dating method process. All the relative dating methods from carbon-14, potassium, argon, dendrochronology, ice core dating, they're all BS. Every single one of them are hoaxes. They've all been proven. You just got to know where to look. So
hey, brother, I'm going to use a bunch of big fancy words so I can put a little spell on you. And then I'm going to bring David Weiss on, and he's going to try and get you to download his data mining app because we care about data. We're going to systematically break down the synchronization of the incrementalization of the known universe of the simulation. Brother, it's going to be good. I'll have to drink my coffee with some bourbon in there, brother. I'm going to have Dave Weiss come on here, dude.
Nothing but scientific reports. We're going to collapse that house of cards. But that's a video coming very, very quickly. But as far as that, anything else goes, I really don't have anything really important going on right now.
I don't really have anything important going on right now except for Dave Weiss.
But he really doesn't need any introduction from me. How you doing, Dave?
He really doesn't need any introduction. Everybody should already know who he is. He lives in Greenwich, Connecticut, where the average house costs $2 million. He lives in a mansion. He's the richest man in the flat earth. He already knows where the majority of flat earthers are who downloaded his app because it's a data mining app. It's a tracking app. And he wants to track you. He wants your data. Dave, the floor is yours, Dave.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jason. Long time overdue. Thanks, Jason. Now I can sink my hooks into your audience. Nobody watches me over on my channel anymore, so I have to come over here to your channel and try and get your audience to download my app. And my app right here, the Flat Earth in the app. And if you download it, then I get to know where you are.
Looking forward to this conversation. Big
Yes,
time.
sir. Yes, sir. You're one of the few guests that had me so discombobulated that I forgot my trademark fedora. I'm not even wearing my hat today.
I'm so mesmerized by your fame, Flat Earth Dave. I done forgot my fedora. I'm gonna have to show off my bald head. I ain't got no hats on, all right? I ain't part of none of no tribes y'all be talking about. I ain't got a big hat. I ain't got a medium hat or a small hat. I done forgot my hat because I'm so starstruck by Dave.
That's all right. I was so busy trying to get coffee, I forgot my hat.
That's all right. I got my flat.
Hey, remember those guys who told me I was wrong about Jason? You know, there's times where I just get sick of being right because I'm right so often. And I get sick of being right so often because people attack me, even though I'm right. I'll be telling you the truth, and I'll be like, hey, look at these guys. They look like shills. They're acting like shills. Yeah, they're shills. Nah, Jake, fuck you, man. Dave's a great guy, waking up the world to flat Earth. And Archaix is telling people about the simulation, bro. You got it all wrong. Oh, okay. Okay. Go download that app then. Go send your money to these guys. Sorry I said anything. Whoop, I'll keep my big mouth shut. Is that what we want? Is that what we want to do? Okay. I'll keep my big mouth shut. I won't say anything about them then. Don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers that your heroes are fucking shills. Hate to break it to you. Some of these guys that you might be subscribed to, total fucking shill bags, and I done told you so. But when I tell people so, then they want to be like, oh, fuck you, Jake the Fake with your hat. Okay, fine. I won't tell you so anymore. Go over there and download his app so that he can keep track of you and data mine you. Tell me how well it works out for you. Fuck. So what do you guys want to listen to any more of that? It's going to be,
Well, thanks for coming on here and telling us all about the Flat Earth app, Dave. I'm going to sit here and drink my coffee with my bourbon, and I'm going to talk about how it's all, the simulation and the Flat Earth are like the same thing, brother.
Yeah, and that's when I've been saying the flat Earth and simulation, and they go together. And that's why you get my app.
that's what we'd be watching. That's the entire stream. Do we need to see any more? Okay, just in case I'm judging a book by its cover, let's give them like half and see if I'm wrong.
If I take the top off, the surface is flat.
Oh, okay. The surface is flat. Well, hell, in that case, I'm wearing flat Earth. I'm drinking flat Earth coffee then, because that surface is pretty damn flat too.
There you go. All right, thanks for having me. Great time.
Yeah, man. I'm just by way of introduction. My own community knows that there is fundamentally no differences between simulation theory and flat Earth theory.
Well, there you go. Flat Earth and simulation married together between these two characters while they pushed the app on you. Have fun with that. Anybody still falling for that after I done warned you? Have fun with that. Just remember I done warned you. You're talking about the funniest guy in the fucking world, man. Yeah, I can do a whole lot of voices. I can do a whole lot of damage to motherfuckers when I do their voice and humiliate them. Meanwhile, if anyone tries to do an impression of me, It always just looks and sounds ridiculous.
Hi, I'm Jake the Asshole, and now I'm Jake the Awake, and I am a YouTuber who talk like this. Nah.
Right? Nobody can do a good impression of me. It's always just like a over exaggerated fucking like scratchy voice person. I've never seen anybody do a really damn good impression of me where I'm like, fuck, this guy's totally like me. He's captured all my mannerisms. How does he do it?
Hey guys, so nobody watches my channel because I'm so honest. You know what I learned? If you're honest on YouTube, nobody will watch you. I'm Jared. I'm always honest. I used to have lots of people watching me. Now I don't have any. I'm going to host my final game show. Then I'm going to go away forever because I'm honest. I'm an honest guy, you guys. I was a flat earther for 10 years and I hosted the Baby Truther show. It's one of the most god awful things in the world, you guys, because I'm always honest.
Oh. All right. Impression of Goatis getting hit several times by the pipe. He just hit me several times. That's all he said is he just hit me several times. The demon Luna, she kidnapped my son, and when I went to go see him in the Netherlands, she had some crazy guy who had a metal pipe. And I was like, hey, man, I don't want to hurt you. I am a natural fighter, and I don't want to have to bite or kick you. And then, when I was not looking, he hit me with a metal pipe several times. All I was trying to do was see my son. But it incredibly much did not hurt at all. And I totally did not even flinch. And I took all of the lashings. And I still was unable to see my son. That was when I realized the demon Luna does not care about my personal feelings at all. That is when I decided I needed to get my mentally ill slave scribers to donate to my channel so that I can get a lawyer to see my son. There you go. Little goat burger. Goat tits. Goat tits. Goat tits. All right. Looks like I missed the super chat from Lint Away, air duct cleaning. Shit. Ah, here it is. He says, how about NFL fan winning and losing? I'm an NFL fan, and I really hope this season that my team wins more games than they lose and that we go to the playoffs. We missed the playoffs last year, and it made me really unhappy that we didn't get to go to the playoffs. We fell apart at the end of the year. So I'm hoping that we drafted enough good guys, and I'm hoping that our rookies step up this year. And since we got a new coach, I'm hoping the new coach helps us win some games so that we go to the playoffs. Oh no, my team's about to lose, and we're going to miss the playoffs. That's going to make me really upset. And then I'm going to be upset for the entire offseason. But I'm going to watch the draft, and I'm going to wear a team jersey with another man's name on my back. And I'm going to cheer for the names that are read over the loudspeaker. When my team drafts someone, I'm going to cheer if I like that college player. Because I believe that these college players are going to help us win games. I don't know. I guess Holden really liked that. Yeah, there you go. And then Hillbilly Hank had a donation. Doesn't look like there's a message attached, but just a donation that came in from Hillbilly Hank, the Hillbilly Hankster. Right here.
Hey, I'm a dime store Keanu Reeves. I can literally say anything and I'm going to get at least 1 million views in 24 hours. I'm YouTube's little bitch boy. And everybody cares about my opinion. I'm so upset about Epstein files. It makes me so unhappy. I really don't like when there's injustices in the world. Nothing pisses me off more than Diddy having little Diddy parties where he uses baby oil on booties. He has bootylicious baby oil parties that get quite slippery, if you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of nerds who watch me and think that what I have to say is important. They watch me and they watch Ass Mongold and they think that they're getting a daily update on the important news. And then they repeat the same shit and they think that these thoughts are their own. I have people repeating this same shit, thinking that what they're saying is their own thoughts, but really it came from me. My thoughts. My thoughts are so important. I'm going to tell you what I think about a movie that I saw. I saw a new movie that Marvel and Disney made, and I didn't like it. And it just lets me know that movies and Disney freaking suck, and I don't like it.
There you go. Oh yeah, who's not sub to that? Why wouldn't you not be sub to that? Or be not yes sub to that? And then Ass Mongold, he's just like, huh, what? Did you hear what Trump just announced? He went to Alaska with Putin. Oh, Ass Mongold clips reacting to Trump meeting with Putin. Oh my God, this just happened. Trump met with Putin. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, 2 million, 3 million views in 24 hours. Why? Oh, because those guys are just such geniuses. They learn how to market themselves so well. And they have so many fans because they're so talented. Ass Mongold's reactions are better than everyone else's. That's why he deserves millions of views. Jake, you're just jealous of Ass Mongold. I'm jealous of Ass Mongold. Why? Why does he get all those millions of views? Because he's so funny and talented, Jake. Yeah. He single-handedly is putting TV out of business because people would just rather listen to Ass Mongold react to what's going on in the world and then go over to Penguin Zero's channel and get the lowdown from him. Who needs the nightly news when you got Penguin Zero and Ass Mongold, right? Or, of course, Jack Morgan here. Maria. We're going to watch a video of a guy sitting in his car. Yeah, I have a car. I drive a Cadillac. I make 6 figures. I live in a house. My mom died. She gave me her house. It's expensive. Wow. Wow. Let's watch a video of a guy sitting in a car. All right, buckle up. Here we go. Metaphorically speaking. There you go. Those guys get all those millions of views because people love them. And people love them because they're so freaking funny and talented. Like when you hear Penguin Zero make some sort of baby oil joke about Puff Daddy involving putting a member inside someone's behind, you can't help but hit the subscribe button and make sure you have all the bell notifications turned on so that you never miss another funny joke like that. He can literally talk about P. Diddy slipping his baby oiled member into Justin Bieber's behind, and his fan base loves it. And what's not to love? You know what? You know what else I'm fucking sick of?
Hey, Jake, did you hear about what Nick Fuentes said?
Fuck Nick Fuentes. Fucking puppet shill.
What about Candace
Owens, puppet shill. Anyone who gets millions of views on YouTube and is pushing the right wing versus left wing paradigm, they're shills. Yeah, they're going to tell you a little bit of truth.
Yeah, but Jake, Nick Fuentes is against Israel. So how can he be a shill if he's against Israel?
He pushes the right versus left fucking paradigm, and he doesn't break down the fake news. He doesn't point at the fucking news that's fake and tell you about how it's fake. He participates in the fake news.
Still, Nick Fuentes, I'm gonna go shove my head up Nick Fuentes' asshole because he's against Israel.
And if anyone says they're against Israel, I have to shove my head up their fucking asshole and eat their shit. Go eat it. Go eat it. They have agents in place who can pretend to be against Israel for you if you're willing to go eat their shit. Yeah, that's all they need to get their hooks in you. I'm against Israel. Come jump on board. I'm a total right winger. Fuck those lefties. They got a ton of those people right now out there. Fuck those Democrats. Fuck those lefties. Yeah. We're the really, really hardcore conservatives. We're so smart. Way smarter than those dumb lefties. Yeah. We're against Israel. Ha ha. Woo.
I'm an old white guy. That sounds like my team. That sounds like the team I should be on.
Are you saying that you don't want to be on that team, Jake? Well, then you must have voted for Kamala. This guy done voted for Kamala. That's why he don't want to eat Nick Fuentes' shit right out of his asshole. Because he done voted for Kamala. He's too busy licking on Kamala's little twatter. All right. What am I talking about? Who knows? This is just a comedy show, you guys. This is just meant to make everyone laugh. These are just opinions to make everybody say ha ha and he he. Nothing to be taken serious, except for all the truth that I'm spitting. But besides that, it's a big comedy show for entertainment purposes only. Get a grip. Don't get your panties in a wad. Or do get them in a wad if you like that sort of thing. If you enjoy panties being in a wad, by all means, get them in a wad. What am I talking about? I don't know. This is what happens if I go into a show without a topic to talk about. Nathaniel Arias says, you may have told the chat before, but what caused you to start seeing the truth in things, and how old were you? Also, how's the dog doing? So I started waking up in like 2014, and then 2015, Flat Earth came across my table here on YouTube. And then 2016, January 2016, I made my first video. And now here I am talking to you guys in 2025. So yeah, 2014 is when my awakening started. I saw someone on Facebook saying that Niner Oneer event with the planes and the buildings and whatnot was an inside Jabberooski, if you know what I'm saying. So I looked into that and was like, what? And that's how it started, right? Thank you, Nathaniel, for the super chat. I ain't listening to no damn channel or any damn mother fudger who done voted for Kamala. Anyone who doesn't want to drink Trump's juice voted for Kamala. If you are not actively massaging Trump's taint right now, you must have done voted for Kamala. There's no other choice. There's only two choices. So you must have done chose the wrong one. All right. Sad thing is that's literally every Trumper. Literally. Every one of them. And one baller says, can you explain the earth is flat? Why doesn't the water fall over the end? Also, what do you see if you get to the end of the earth? Can you jump over? Oh, dude, those are beginner questions. Wow, we're going to go back to 2016 with this? Okay. Who says there's an edge or an end? Who says? I never said there's an edge. I never said there's an end. In fact, I maintain that I'm just a dude who's barnyarded into a country they call the United States. And there could be a lot more land to discover. The earth may be infinite for all I know. Seems to me they've made it damn near impossible for a regular guy like me to go explore and figure it out for myself without the government there to supervise or stop me. So I can't go explore and figure out how big this place really is, how far it really goes. And neither can you, my fellow barnyard animal. Have you ever stopped to think you're in a barnyard? You got to get permission to leave. They want to know where you're going and what you're going to be doing, who you're going to be hanging out with, when you're going to be coming back. Right? Are you going to go explore the north? You're going to go explore Antarctica? Are you? Yeah, they've made it damn near impossible for a common man to really go figure out what this fucking place is. And if you did have enough money to try and go figure it out, what if they stop you at some point and they go, oh, you can't go any further? What then? So I don't know if there's a barrier that you come to, like a dome. So if there's like a dome, then that means like a Truman Show style, there should be a point where you run into a physical barrier. So there could be a physical barrier, like Truman Show, gigantic dome style. I don't know. I've been stuck in this barnyard they call the United States. I got to get permission to leave, right? I'm just going to go to Mexico. How long are you going to be there? You got to go through this whole process if you just want to cross this line, right? See? So, as far as you and I know, we don't know what this place even fucking is, man. So why are you talking about an edge and water falling off when you don't even know what this place is? And neither do I. Furthermore, and also, what do you see when you get to the end of the earth? Like I said, dude, if it's like a Truman Show situation and you hit a firmament or a dome and there's an actual physical barrier, I don't know what it would look like, to tell you the truth. Can you jump over it? I don't think you'd be able to jump if it's a Truman Show style situation and you run into a physical barrier. More and more, it seems like everyone's putting on a fucking show and I'm the only real guy. There's times where I'm like, okay, you guys, I figured it out. I'm Truman. I got it. You can all come out now. Okay, I get it. I'm in a show. This ain't real. You guys can come out now. But everybody just keeps pretending like they're for real as well. So here we are, playing this game. I'm on to you guys. Just so you know, I know I'm Truman, and you guys are all pretending. Just so you guys know, I'm on to you. So when you finally do come out, I'm going to be like, duh, I knew this all along. Come on, you guys have to feel that the same way. Like all your friends and family are going to pop out and be like, ha ha, you're the star of the show. You're the Truman. We were putting on a big fucking front this your whole life. Isn't that funny and awesome? Just having some fun. But it does kind of feel like that to me because I am a YouTuber and my life is very unique. Right? And my interactions with people sometimes in the world is almost like, okay, I figured it out. It's like a fucking simulation and a Truman at the same time. And I figured it out. And I have this really unique job where I get to just express myself, talk about whatever I want. And somehow, like, I'm able to make this all work. Like, meanwhile, the rest of the world's going to shit. And it seems like I'm becoming a better version. All right. Oh, yeah. I know what I can show. There was a clip that I remembered, and I went back and dug it up. Do you guys remember All Gas, No Brakes was the channel that Andrew Callahan from Channel 5 News YouTube channel, he was running this channel called All Gas, No Brakes, and then him and his business partner had a dispute, and then he started running his own channel. Well, apparently he bought the All Gas, No Brakes channel back. But there's this clip, and it's probably, the video is probably copyrighted. So I'm just going to try and play like a 5-second clip. See if I can get away with playing it. I want to show you guys the date. All right, check it out. Border Security Expo, March 31st, 2020. Anybody remember this? Let me put it up there so there's less of a chance of me getting claimed.
Stupid coronavirus. Do you think it's real? Till November. Then you won't have another virus for another 4 years. Think about that.
You guys catch that?
Coronavirus. Do you think it's real? Till November. Then you won't have another virus for another 4 years. Think about that.
Then you won't have another virus for 4 years. Well, looks like we're a little overdue now that it's 2025. So, does that mean something like that is going to happen again soon? Or could mean nothing. So, this stuck in my head for years.
It's real? Till November. Then you won't have another virus for another 4 years. Think about that.
That clip stuck in my head. And so I went back, found it, and then I was thinking, it's almost like we're watching the decline of everything. A lot of major industries in total decline, right? Big name bands saying they're going to retire, pack it up. The end of TV and certain TV stations and businesses. Certain businesses are falling apart. The economy struggling and going into a recession, all this stuff. I'm like, oh shit. Are they going to hit us with the plandemic number 2 this fall or this winter? I really hope not. But a part of me feels like they've set the table for some big event. I just don't know exactly what. And I don't want to spend a ton of time worrying about it or make any doomsday prophecies or whatever. It just seems like, oh shit, are they setting the table for round 2, Return of the Masked Zombies? And I don't want to manifest this sort of shit because I do believe in some degree that, like, I have weird control over this realm and I can manifest certain things into existence. So I don't want to manifest another pandemic, but possibly I might not be doing any manifesting at all and they might totally roll it out anyway, right? So I feel like I might as well let you guys in on this feeling that I've been having that, oh shit, are they setting the table for the fall of like everything? Because it seems like, I don't know, it just seems like they're normalizing the decline of everything, normalizing the end of the world, right? Like, for instance, tourism to Las Vegas is down heavily. International tourism is down. Tourism to the United States is down. And a lot of economies in the United States, like a lot of towns, like tourism is everything. And so we're seeing like businesses across the board like taking a huge hit. And it's trickling down to businesses you might not even be thinking of. I saw a friend of mine on Facebook who not connected to YouTube at all. He answers phones at a automotive place, and he got laid off after working there for like, I don't know, he's been there for years. I forget exactly how many years, but he's been at this automotive place answering the phone at an automotive repair place. And he said the phones stopped ringing over the last few months. Nobody wants to get their car repaired anymore at the shop. And so they laid him off at a job. And I was like, holy shit, people aren't even wanting to get their car repaired right now. So you got like automotive shops where their phone just stops ringing all of a sudden. So this is just like one example, you know, like one guy being let go from his job. But I'm just seeing more and more industries that people are a part of that I don't really know anything about. And what I'm hearing is like business is bad. Business is not doing good. Business is down. So there's not as many people I notice right now who are killing it. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who are doing good right now, living their best life, have no problems money-wise. It just seems like there's a lot more people whose business is in a state of decline. Hater Hanzo 33. Why you gotta have a 33 in your name, bro? So there's no shortage of anxiety today. That's for sure. 69 Fukit said, hey, can you manifest whatever you want? Apparently you just change your mind. Or hey, you can manifest whatever you want. Apparently you just change your mind.
Yeah, guys. I used to think that the Earth was flat. And then I went to Antarctica, shoved my head up Will Duffy's ass, and now I know that the Earth is a globe. So I lost all my viewers. Nobody wants to watch me anymore. So I manifested that I was going to be an honest man and that nobody was going to watch me anymore. It's my manifestation, you guys.
I am the great Cornholio. You will bow down to the almighty bunghole. Almighty bungholio. Oh, give me tippy. If you do not have tippy for my bunghole will striketh you down.
There you go. A little cornholio for free. Don't ever let anyone tell you I didn't give you anything for free. All right. It's probably one of the better Cornholio impressions anyone's ever done. Go ask one of them shills to go do a Cornholio impression. See how good of a job they do. Looks like I got a super chat from Lint Away Duct Cleaning. Best damn duct cleaning service guy this side of the Mississippi. And no, he did not pay me to say that. Or did he? He says, you have the best job in the world. Thank you. You know, there's a lot of things that people could be, lots of different jobs to do. And there's people online complaining that they can't find a job. They've been looking for a job for so long. They applied at all these places. So the fact that this is what I do and it's unique and I can do different stuff with this job, make money in different ways with this channel. You know, I could go out on a walk tomorrow and just speak my mind and then turn that into content and make money. It is kind of a dream come true. So I'm not a rich man. I don't have lots of money. I don't make lots of money, but I make enough money to pay my bills and get by just expressing myself. And so in a way, the fact that I get to express myself like this and earn a living makes me a rich man in my own special way that is beyond dollar bills. Right? I have the time and I have this outlet that I can put my creative efforts into, and I can take the camera with me wherever I want, turn it into content. I can turn all sorts of different ideas into content. So it is a great job for me. And when I was a kid, this didn't exist. So when I was 5 years old, if someone said, what do you want to be when you grow up? This wasn't a thing, right? So when I was a kid, you know, I thought I wanted to fly helicopters. And then later on, when I was a teenager, I was into watching music videos on MTV and watching Beavis and Butthead. I wanted to be a rock and roller. And I've went on to be a rock and roller for a while. So it's been a fun life. And it's going to be even more fun when I keep doing what I'm doing and keep getting better at what I'm doing and take off and soar like a bird, soar above all the bullshit being put out there and make a different sort of content that is unique. There you go. Looks like we got some people giving away memberships. That's always nice. Some gifted memberships from trout fishing at Hood Park. You know, some people attack me over the memberships. You guys, to become a member is $2. I do members only streams. I have some members only videos. So it's only $2 a month. And there's people out there that are so upset over it that they feel the need to slander me and attack me. Meanwhile, you have a hell of a fella right here, a great supporter of the channel, hooking people up with gifted memberships. So all you got to do is hang out here, and you might have somebody hook you up with a free membership just for hanging out, right? So rather than people being upset over the $2, just come hang out on Truth or Tuesday, and you might get one for free. Awesome trout fishing at Hood Park. I appreciate that. And I'm going to be doing more members-only streams. I did a early members-only stream and a late members-only stream last Friday. It was different to be up at 10 in the morning and doing a stream. But I always have to think, you know, somebody on the other side of the world, it's like nighttime for them. So I wanted to do some early morning stream for people who are over in Europe who are members. So we had some new people show up for the early morning stream. It was cool. All right. Who else bought some memberships? And O Heisman gifted 5 memberships as well. O Heisman. Here's the thing. An apartment is more expensive than this office. I got priced out of the apartment scene in California. And trying to run a show like this out of somebody's house, renting a room or whatever, I got to be quiet, right? I got to play by their rules. I rented this office, and I've been renting this office for over 3 years because it's the cheapest spot where I'm allowed to be here 24 hours a day. So the owner of this building allows the people who rent offices here to be here 24 hours a day. And I just so happen to run a 24-hour news and comedy channel, if you catch my drift. So this, it's not because I'm CIA. It's because I'm poor and I got priced out of the single bedroom apartment scene. And I don't want to rent a room in somebody's house. So instead, I rent a commercial property and I run my channel out of here because it's the cheapest thing that I can find. And it's been the cheapest option that I can find without having to live out of my vehicle. So you have it all wrong, buddy. It's just a regular commercial office. And I just so happen to know the owner, and he's cool with me being here whenever I want. Because he knows I'm like extra security. So yeah, people have tried to play that card before. Oh, you know he's a shill. Because he's in an office. Oh, really? Couldn't be because I get internet and my bathroom's cleaned and the toilet gets restocked, floor gets mopped, everything. You guys know how awesome it is to have your toilet be cleaned and restocked? I haven't had to clean a toilet or buy toilet paper in like over 3 years. Being in an office has some ups. So yeah, anyone want to talk shit? I ain't had to clean a toilet or buy toilet paper in 3 years. And if I go use that bathroom right now, it's clean and there's toilet paper in there. Wow. Isn't that amazing? So check it out. Let me show you guys the state of the world right now. Let's take the focus off me and we'll show you somebody in a worse state than me, but trying to stay off the streets. One step above homelessness. I'll show you. And I don't recommend anyone do this unless you talk to the owner of the building and get it approved. So there's people living out of storage units. I'll just play a little bit to show you. Because rent is so high, there's people who don't have enough money for rent, can't find a room to rent, but they have enough money for a storage unit, so then they try and live out of the storage unit. Thing is, if the owner of the building catches you, he'll just boot you out, you know?
I'm currently living in a storage unit. My landlord's decided not to renew my lease this year.
I think y'all are just jealous. I live out here, don't gotta spend money. I live in a tent and I'm making it work.
Do and go to sleep. So this is our living space.
I just got some terrible news, man. I just got kicked out the storage unit, man. This is crazy. I don't know where I'm gonna go now.
They wanted living in the storage unit. I was able to get electricity so I could start cooking.
All right. Before we get to this, I had a few super chats come in. So yeah, there's people who, you know, are stuck living out of an RV, or people stuck living out of their vehicle. People trying to live out of storage units. This is just one step above being out on the streets. You know, you can't fault them, but you're seeing more and more of this sort of thing. Davey says 400 plus in the chat. Get the likes up. Hey, how about that? You know, this week there ain't any major news going on, so we tend to get smaller crowds if there's no major news. And then if there's a story everyone's talking about, you know, like Ozzy and Hulk Hogan dying, then we have over 600 motherfuckers here, and the video gets 10,000 views or more. So yeah, when there's major news, we get big crowds. And if there's no major news and it's just me talking about whatever, then we get some smaller crowds. But either way, it's a fun time. Truth or Tuesday. Hit the like button. If you all about truth and you all about the comedy, you are in the right place. There is no other who even compares to yours truly. And then I had a super chat from Bo Bottoms Buckets. Bo Bottoms Buckets says, NFL male cheerleaders, tell my TV story, please. Tell my TV story, please. I'm not sure exactly what you want me to show, but I did a video about the male cheerleaders. I'll just show the first minute. So if you guys missed my most recent video, I'll just play a quick minute.
Minnesota Vikings fans now weighing in on a decision made by the cheer squad to welcome in 2 male cheerleaders. Leishike and Louis Kahn will officially join the Vikings cheer team for the 2025 season. The Vikings set to debut the new squad members on a major stage facing off against the Chicago Bears on ESPN's Monday Night Football, set for kickoff 8:15 p.m. Monday, September 8th.
So the team making the announcement to social media, that's where everyone goes right to do it. But now, to no surprise, it is going viral. Some accounts online even claim to be canceling their season tickets because of this move.
Y'all, the NFL is an absolute joke. Just when you think that their trash product couldn't get any worse, they go and do something like this. There you go. So if you haven't watched my recent rundown of the male cheerleaders, that's my latest upload. Come on, is anyone shocked? Who's shocked? They're in the process of castrating anything and everything that's manly. There's going to come a point where nothing manly will be allowed. Everything must be castrated. Jake, I asked Tom Grossi his opinion on your video, and he didn't answer, nor his fans. Him and Perna brought me up one time last season when I made a video going after him, and it got like 20,000 views. Somebody in their live stream brought me up and brought up the video, and Grossi basically is like, I don't know. I guess some people just don't like me, whatever. And then Perna goes, yeah, I don't like you. None of us like you. And then they just moved on. So that was it. That was all I got. Well, I guess some people just don't like me and my content, I guess. Yeah, none of us do. And then they just kept on talking about football. The guys who hang out over in their live streams and talk about fucking football, the NFL, like you're going to talk with Perna and fucking Grossi about your stupid team. Like, man, you got to be a fucking total loser with no life if that's where you hang out. So if that's you, you might want to find a new place to hang out. Well, get this. I don't know if you've guys seen, but they have male cheerleaders now. Yeah, take a hit, metaphorically speaking. My mom died, and so I live in her house. I make 6 figures. I make good money. I'm literally 35 years old. I drive a Cadillac. It's an old Cadillac, all right? Thank you to everybody who bought my Cadillac shirts. Maria. We sound good. There you go. Here's the problem with the beard. If I have hair coming out of my face, then I mess with it. And I'll sit there and twirl my beard hair like that and mess with it. And then, worst of all, you take a drink of anything and it's in your beard. So the worst is if I take a drink of like coffee or milk and then I have all this cream in the beard, right? Then you're smelling like a couple hours later. Hey, what's that rotten milk smell? Oh, yeah, it's because milk dried in my fucking mustache and beard, right? So when it's all clean and you have it all groomed and shit and fresh out of the shower and all that, you know, it's fine and it looks good on camera. There's an aesthetic to it. But having it growing out of my face, like, and me messing with it, and then like, the like food getting into it and stuff like that, having to like manicure it and stuff, it's just like not worth it. And I feel like when I shave, it makes me look younger. So it's like I'm trying to hang on to looking as young as possible. So if I let my beard grow, you're going to start seeing gray hair in my beard. And then I have to like dye the gray hair so that nobody notices I'm like completely gray. So I shave it to look young, man. I'm trying to look forever young. Right? So this is like one day, right? If I don't shave, this shit happens, right? And then if I go 3-4 days, it comes in kind of patchy at first, like Joe Dirt. So it looks all white trashy for the first like week. So it takes like three weeks, a month for it to finally be all full and this and that. And then I got to shave it to where each hair is the same length and like manicure it and shit so that it's not like going all down my neck and shit. So it just turns into like an extra thing you have to do either way. You know? Trout fishing at Hood Park said Holden wants to know when the NFL is going to go to flag football. Oh, yeah, he's been asking. I can't tell you the exact date and year. There's no way for me to predict that. They've been planting the seeds. Oh, my God, we have to stop the game because of a head injury. So now they're stopping games. The outcome doesn't matter. A young man's head got hurt. Let's all cry. The game doesn't matter. See, so now they're starting to push that more and more. So you're going to see more and more games stop before the game's actually over, and they're just going to end it because of the young man's injury. And then in another sort of planned pandemic situation, they might have the league scale down to flag football or something, and then they just never go back to the old way. At some point, it'll become flag football. I just can't tell you if it's 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or what. I don't know. But we're heading that way. We're getting closer. We got the male cheerleaders. We got penalties if you touch the quarterback. It's going to start with the quarterback wearing the flags. Oh, we can't have these quarterbacks getting hurt. So it'll be tackle football, except the quarterback. See, that's how they'll get people on board. Don't you want to see Aaron Rodgers play until he's 50? Well, if we have flags on the quarterbacks, then we can have guys play a lot longer and be more safe. See? So they'll start with the QBs. They'll put the flags on the QBs in the name of safety. And then it'll gradually become everyone wears flags. But what date that'll happen, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if they're going to pull Plandemic number 2 soon, as in like fall or winter, or whether or not I'm just spending time worrying about nothing. They got me thinking, shit, should I stock up like a bunch of canned goods and food just in case they pull that shit right around the corner in fall? Arnold looking for Maria in a dark movie theater. Stephen Mutton coming in with a comedic request. I'm trying to find Maria in the theaters is so dark. I can't find it. There's so many people and it is an adult movie. So everybody, they have the wiener out and the whacking of the wiener. Everybody knows that when you go to California, you have to go to the adult movie. I met Whoopi Goldberg. We went to the adult movie. I was whacking my wiener and she was flicking a bean. And we met up at the Planet Hollywood. And Maria was there and Whoopi Goldberg was there. And then when they turn out the lights and when the movie come on, Whoopi Goldberg, she disappeared because of her black skin and because it was so dark. I could not see Whoopi Goldberg right in front of my face. I could only see the whites of her eyes. Looked like the eyes was floating in the night sky. And that is when I realized that I lost track. Where is Maria? Maria, get down. We need to get to the chapel right now. We need to take a chemical concoction. Maria, screw your freedom. All right, there you go. There you go. Just for you. And the whacking of the wieners. All right. We need to get rid of all the illegals who come here illegally. But the ones who want to come here, they want to be legal. And they want to do it the right way. These are the ones that we need. We need to celebrate the ones who come here. They do it the legal right way. I came here legally. I would never have come to America illegally. Anyone who comes here illegally, you need to get out. You need to get out right now. You need to get out of California. You need to get back to Mexico. You need to go do the paperwork. And you need to take the right steps. You need to do the right thing. And then you need to come back and you need to give back. You need to give back and put something into this country. You can't take and you can't come over to take. You need to give something back to the people. Come to England. Yeah, I ain't never been. The only country I've been to outside of the United States is Mexico. And that was a long time ago. So I haven't done any international traveling in a long time. And I've never been across the pond, so to speak. So it would be cool just to see any other country that's not my own. It's just so damn expensive to travel. Like, even for me to just get in my car and drive over to the coast for like a few days just drains hundreds of dollars, right? It's like, geez, I live in California. I'm only a few hours from the coast, but for me to gas up and have food and treat myself to, like a nice meal or whatever, and then the gas to get back home, it's like before I know it, I'm blowing hundreds of dollars, like just for a quick little getaway to the coast here in my own state. So, man, travel's expensive. They've made every damn thing so expensive that it's really a luxury to be able to travel anywhere. There's some people that can't afford to do what I did and go over to the coast for 4 or 5 days because they don't have $300 to just burn. Let me find a video clip to put on. I feel like we need a video clip right now. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the old version of Alex Jones performing his hit song.
Your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. Your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like size it up, gonna haul him up back chain? Chop his ass up, size it up, gonna haul him up back chain. Chop, 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 chop. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass flat. I will cook your ass up so fast, and I'll tell them, "Oh, I killed a cow out back, baby." You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what I'm ready? I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass.
All right. There we go. Just enough of a distraction so that I could go pee real quick. Mission accomplished. All right.
Folks, as you know, we're going into a recession, and my babies will never go hungry. Before my babies feel the hunger pains of starvation, I will cook my neighbor's ass. We will feast on my neighbor's ass. I got plenty of lefty liberal neighbors, and I'm licking my chops, ready to eat their ass. You want to call it a recession? No. This is freaking Thanksgiving, and my neighbor's ass is on the menu. Folks, that was the old Alex Jones. That's not me anymore. The new Alex Jones is sad, feeling a little down, feeling like I might cry, feeling like I might puke. I'm gonna do it right now. I might puke right now. This is new Alex Jones. This is how I talk now.
All right. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Anything cool going on with you guys? Any subjects you guys want to hear me talk about? Any questions you got for me? This is one of those weeks I didn't really plan much, and there's not really much going on. So I figured I'd just stroll in here, make it up as I go along, and call it a Truther Tuesday. So far, it's been pretty fun. We're already an hour and a half in. Had so much damn fun. Here we are going to have some more. So I'm opening up the show. Open topic chit chat time. Son of David said, I have baby chicks. So for those of you who were in my members only stream, I told the story, but for the rest of you, I went to go see my dad, and I was going to interview him, but my dad's old. He's 76 years old, and he has some mental issues, let's just say, and he's not really all there anymore. And it's to the point where my dad is too far gone. He's not able to be saved. He's not able to be woken up to reality because he's too far gone. And he couldn't remember 6 months ago, the last time I saw him, and he couldn't remember that I had a dog. So me and my dad hung out 6 months ago in Arizona back in December. And so now it's been longer than that. But we hung out back in December, and he met my dog, and he couldn't remember the last time he saw me, couldn't remember my dog. So he's got memory issues and some other issues to where I didn't want to broadcast to the world that my dad is mentally unwell. And it doesn't look like he's going to live that much longer, to be honest. So rather than show the world that my dad has done lost his mind and ain't all there, I figured it was best for me to just drive away and not show that footage. I have some good footage where we were getting along, we'll call it, you know. So as long as I just nod my head and listen to whatever my dad says, we get along. But if the minute I start saying anything, it goes bad because he interrupts me and wants to disagree with me, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's a delusional old man with dementia, basically. So yeah, it's depressing, but what can you do, you know? If he was a nicer guy, I'd be trying to help him, but he's an angry, old, delusional man who is beyond help at this point. So he's in a place that's beautiful, camping out by himself, wondering why nobody wants to help him save the world. That's his destiny. Justice for Jake says, are you an only child? Will you be solely responsible for the funeral when he passes? That is very expensive. No, there's two others. So I have a half brother and a half sister who share the same dad as me, but they have a different mom. So I called my half sister after hanging out with my dad. We talked for 2 hours. She made me feel better. He doesn't have a relationship with any of his kids because he's an angry old man, and all he cares about is himself. So he's going to hang out with himself until he passes, and whatever happens then is going to happen. Couldn't tell you. Who knows where it'll be when it happens? He likes to camp out in the middle of nowhere. So who knows? Who knows how that'll go down? hey, there's people out there who've had to go no contact with their parents. You know, I'm sure some of you guys listening right now maybe have a tough relationship with your parents or other family members. So, hey, at least there's other family that I have that I can still get along with and still turn to. So, and nobody really in the family gets along with my dad. So, everyone's pretty much in agreement. It's him. So, I'm not stuck feeling bad like I'm the only kid who doesn't get along with him or I'm not his favorite or what, any of that shit. No, it's like I can call up my half sister or my half brother and they're going to totally agree that he's unbearable and impossible to be around. Anyway, so I got the nice camera still. I need to go take some other trips. So the trip that I went on kind of got messed up after that happened. Like mentally, I didn't feel like making content and shooting other videos after that happened. So I ended up just driving home, and so I was only gone for like 4 or 5 days. So I want to go out on a better vacation, at least to the coast, maybe only 2-3 days. I just want to go over to like maybe Monterey or Santa Cruz and have a good time and take my camera, shoot some new videos. So before the summer ends, I want to get some good footage with my camera. And so I plan on doing it before the summer ends, just for fun. No family members, no drama. Oh, Santa Cruz that's like one of my go-to places, except I haven't been since June. So I'm thinking before August ends, before summer ends, I'm gonna get out there one more time. And then usually in September, I usually go at least once in September. And then once we change the clocks, then I stop going. I was really excited about it. In my head, I was going to like school my dad, and I had all these things planned out to say, but my dad doesn't go on camera or ever make videos. And so I learned that when the camera came out, he would get quiet and meek. But when the camera wasn't around, then he would have all these opinions and he would be a total fucking loudmouth. And it's like, yeah, we need to get this on camera, Dad. When do you want to? So trying to get him to say his thing on camera, he wasn't being cooperative. So it was almost like he didn't want to say his thing on camera, but he wanted somebody to help him with the internet to get his message out, which doesn't make any sense. So anyway, between him not being cooperative with what I wanted to do and him not being all there, I came to the realization that fuck, I'm not going to get the footage that I wanted. It's not going to turn out how I wanted. He's not going to go on camera with me and let me fucking school him. He figured out that like me and him on camera together might not be a good idea for him. So anyway, so yeah, it just wasn't going to go down. Change up and go green. There we go. We were blue, now we're green. Hey, life is heavy, man. You know, not everybody has parents who made plenty of money, who are well off, you know. So if your parent doesn't have plenty of money and then you see them like declining, and then you see them like basically running out of money, it's like, what are you going to do? Just give them all your money and then their irresponsible ass will just spend it, and then you don't have any. Right? So I know what it's like to watch my other parent like make nothing but irresponsible decisions with money, to where, like, even if I was to have tried to save my mom by handing her thousands of dollars, she would have just fucking spent it and died anyway. So my mom passed away because of alcoholism. And if somebody has an addiction and that addiction is going to take their life and they don't want to save themselves, they don't want help, doesn't matter how much money you throw at the problem, at some point you have to cut them off and tell them you're sorry. You wish it wasn't like this. But a person who's battling an addiction, they're the only one who can make that decision to save themselves. So anyone who's ever tried to help a friend or a family member battle like a crippling drug or alcohol addiction, if they don't want to get saved, if they don't want to help themselves, they won't do it. And the only outcome is death. All right. I know what it's like to have to pay my mother's rent after she lost her job and got a DUI. And I knew she wasn't going to go get another fucking job. How many times can you keep throwing money and paying somebody's rent just because they're your mom or dad? Just because they're your parent? What if they'll suck down your last 10 grand? What if you have 10 grand and your parent will fucking suck every bit of it down to where you don't have any? Are you willing to do that to try and save them? Are you going to put yourself in poverty? Are you going to make a financially devastating decision just because your parent fucked their life up? Yeah, I was in a situation where my mother would have been glad to just keep taking money off anybody who handed it to her. The outcome was still death. So what are you going to do? Try and save somebody who's destined to end their own life, basically? All you can do is stand back and go, I wish it wasn't like this, but that's your decision. That's your destiny. And you got to stand back and let them fulfill their destiny. Shitty as that is. And you, as the child or as their friend, can't be the one who gets blamed. It wasn't you or me in this case who made all those bad decisions. This guy's telling me, you're messed up about the dad thing. Read the Bible. Do you guys agree with Trey Higgins? Am I messed up about the dad thing? Read the Bible. Is this what I should do? A guy who doesn't know the difference between your and you are with the apostrophe. Is this the guy I should be listening to? How messed up am I? You don't know nothing about me, Trey. How about you go read the Bible, bro? How about you learn the fucking difference between your and you are with the apostrophe? And then come back and tell me how I feel. Richie from Boston quits alcohol and starts drinking Bible vape juice impression.
One of the hardest addictions that I ever had to overcome was, of course, alcohol. You know, it's everywhere. It's so easy to obtain, and it's so hard to quit and to keep yourself from returning to the devil's juice. But one thing I realized is if I vape pure organic Bible vape juice, and then I drink the organic Bible vape juice, it's like holy water. It cures what ails me, and it alleviates me from the want and the urge to drink alcohol. I haven't had any urges because I've been smoking nothing but pure organic Bible vape juice. And let me tell you, I've never felt healthier and I've never looked better. People have been saying, Richie, you look 10 years younger. And it's because of the Bible vape juice that I've been vaping. You can get 10% off my promo code down below, Richie's Organic Bible Vape Juice. You could also buy some gold. You'll get a certificate that says that you own gold. At any rate, I shall digress. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm out.
Oh, I missed a super chat a while ago. Somebody asking about how do I sail west? How do you sail west from USA to Asia if it's flat? Well, for instance, on that circular AE map, west is like a circle and east is a circle. I couldn't tell you what this place looks like, what the map looks like. I couldn't tell you for sure about them directions that they give us. Perhaps the directions that they give us and where everything's really at ain't quite what we were told. And so, beings I don't have my own boat and crew, I can't go freely explore. I really couldn't tell you the answer to that question. But what I can tell you, that question doesn't prove that the earth is curving. So here's a better question. What proof do you have that the oceans are curving downward in all directions? What proof do you have that the oceans are sticking to a spinning ball? That's a better question to ask. Me sailing, and so I don't have a boat, so I'm not going to go sailing. Better question to ask. How do those oceans stick to a ball when all examples of water, if the water is left undisturbed, it sits perfectly flat and still. And there's no way to get water to stick to any spinning ball or any spinning object. Furthermore, there's nobody you know who's been to outer space floating around and seen the earth as a ball. So you don't know anyone who's ever seen the earth as a ball. And the only people who claim that they've seen the earth as a ball work for the government. So what does that tell you? Do you really want to believe you live on a thing that you've never seen or experienced and that nobody you know has seen or experienced except for government agents? And you're going to buy into the thing that they're telling you what it is? The government agents? Nah. No thanks. Everyone's talking about religion in the chat because the one guy told me to read the Bible. He said, "You're messed up about your dad. Read the Bible." And that set everyone off. I'm not a religious guy, and I've said that many times. I feel like the religions were created to control man's mind. And how are you going to tell somebody else that their God's wrong and that your God's the right one? What if they feel the exact same way, except the opposite, right? You go tell some person who lives in, the Middle East that their God is the wrong one and that they're going to go burn in hell. They're just going to think the exact opposite about you, right? Meanwhile, I'm just going to be the dude who's like, nah, no thanks. I'm not going to do either religion. I'm not going to point at anybody and say, no. You got it all wrong. I'm 100% right. I'm going to get to float with the angels. You're going to burn in hell. And I know this because I only choose correct religions. I mean, for all I know, when I die, they might be like, congratulations, you won the game. Are you ready to go back and do it again? Right? What if that's what happens? What if when I die, it's just like, hey, wasn't that fun? You just played the most realistic video game ever. Would you like to go back and do it again? Except this time as a black lady? No, send me back as a white dude again. Hey, can you make me even better looking and more talented next time, though? We have no idea. We really don't. So anybody talking about what happens after we die as if they know for sure. Yeah, they're just bullshitting. They don't really know. So there's a lot of people who like to pretend they know what happens after you die and where you're going to go, and what's going to happen, and this and that. This is a hell realm, and all you demons are going to be locked up inside here, and you're not going to be able to escape, and they're going to recycle your soul. Boogity, boogity. But not me. I'm going to be the one guy who gets to escape. But all you guys are going to be stuck here for eternity. Right? There's people out there who preach that to their audience. It's a hell realm, and all of you are going to be sealed in here. But not me, because I'm smarter than all of you. Yeah, there's people who tell that to their audience. As if they know. Jay Cruzen said, no point of living then. Well, that's up to you to decide, right? So I still find simple joys and pleasures about being in this world. Like if I go to the ocean, it still feels good to me when I walk the beach. When my dog Ralphie like ran up and down the beach, it was like the most happy I'd ever seen him. And I was like, man, my dog doesn't care about Trump. My dog doesn't care about the economy. My dog doesn't care about the recession. He's just happy being a fucking dog, running around on the fucking beach, man. It's like the best day he ever had, just running around on the beach. And so I can still enjoy simple things like that. You know, like I'm going to put myself in the mind state of my dog and say, fuck the world stage. Fuck all these actors. Fuck all these demons. Fuck the hell realm. I'm going to have fun at the beautiful beach and nobody's going to stop me, right? So I can still find enjoyment in this world and I'm doing something that I enjoy and I can make money doing it. So I'm not in a position where I feel like this place is a living nightmare all the time. So if I was in a much worse situation, I might conclude that it's not worth living. But at the current time, I still feel like this place is worth me being here, me sticking around because I'm still having fun. Still things that I haven't seen, still things I haven't done that I'd like to go do and see. Still some things I'd like to accomplish. So for that reason, I feel the need to stick around. But somebody at the end of the rope who's lost all their money and has no friends, no family, who is angry all the time, they might feel the exact opposite, you know? Nathaniel Arias says, if you had to pick two conspiracies, what that are hard to believe but could turn out to be true, which two would you pick? Also, what mutant power would you pick? When it comes to conspiracies, anytime I'm talking about a conspiracy, I'm basically telling you the truth. And I'm pretty much right about most all the conspiracies that I talk about. So it's not like some wild, crazy thing that maybe might be true. No, it's like the Earth not being a globe like they told us. It's kind of a big deal, right? So the fundamental concepts of what this world is can shape the rest of what you believe. Like if you believe in a spinning globe, you're more likely to believe that there were dinosaurs And you're more likely to believe that there was a big bang. And you're more likely to believe that there's other universes. And you're more likely to believe in fucking aliens. Whereas if you don't believe in that and you think the earth is flat, well, then all that other stupid shit like other universes and space aliens and all that goes right out the fucking window. So your whole reality changes based on like your thought process about one single conspiracy can have a ripple effect over your whole life. You know, the people you choose to hang around with, the conversations you have with other people. You know, if you're a space believing Star Wars nerd, your reality and the conversations you have are going to be entirely different than me, right? So, two conspiracies. This world not being a globe, that has to be like one of the best conspiracies of all time. This place not being what we're told. Gigantic. And what is it? I still haven't exactly figured out exactly what this place is. So that's still to me the most heavy conspiracy. What is this fucking place, man? Is it just a computerized construct? Is it just a simulation? Is it just a virtual reality? Are we the organic material placed within a virtual construct? So yeah. And then another one would be the world stage characters. All these characters playing a part. You know, like Trump isn't actually president. He's just a guy pretending to be president. Like that still blows my mind that so many people don't get it and don't see it, that Trump is a character and they have imposter Trumps just pretending to be Trump, who's pretending to be president. So what is the president? It's a guy who pretends to be in control of the country. That blows my mind that it's so obvious to me that there's a guy pretending to be president, not really in control of the country. Meanwhile, tens of millions of people surround me who think Trump is the president and he does run the country and he makes all these decisions. Yeah, see? So a simple thing like that that's so obvious to me, like Trump's an actor and a character and he's not really president, and it's clear as fucking day. So obvious. But I'm surrounded by a bunch of fucktards who either hate him but still think he's president, or they love him and they think he's president. And there's only a fraction of people who know, like me, that it's just an act. See? Doxological Thinker said, getting healed supernaturally several times was a little more powerful than judgment from men using it for control. Getting healed supernaturally several times was a little more powerful than judgment from men using it for control. I'm not sure if that pertains to anything I've been talking about, but thank you for your super chat nonetheless. Looks like I have another super chat coming in. Very generous super chat from Lemming in a shiny metal box. Says, Sir Jake, sorry I missed the past couple streams. Do you believe we possess the technology that allows humans to become immortal? No, I think the only way to stay alive in this realm is to somehow pass your consciousness into another living being. So I think that our flesh bags, no matter what you do, like they're gonna like get old and break down, decay, decompose. And so I think the elites at the tippitiest of the tip top, I really believe they figured out a way how to take what's in here and stick it into a young body and continue living that way. So I think the only way you can beat death is to have the knowledge that the people who run this place have and the technology that they have to supernaturally or through the use of computer technology or whatever, however they do it, I think that they can pass their consciousness into the next body so that they don't die. So imagine you can keep running a company and keep making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and keep gaining wealth and never ever lose power, because you just pass your consciousness into the next body, right? So if you are a Rockefeller or a Rothschild, you just pass your consciousness into your next body, and just keep running the world with the same consciousness and the same power. But I think you'd have to be at the tippity top to possess that ability. And so us peasants down at the bottom, our bodies get old and we die, and we just, no matter what we eat, no matter how healthy we try to be, no matter how much exercise we do, this, that, or the other, our bodies break down and die. And we don't have the power to pass our consciousness into the next being, right? I don't even know if that's for sure what they're doing. I'm just guessing that that's how the people at the tippity top stay in power and not die, as they've probably figured out how to do that. And so if you had all the money in the world and all the time in the world, you could spend your money and time figuring out how to hack this life, hack the world, right? To the best of your benefit. So if you owned all the money in the world and you could spend all your time and money on figuring out how to hack life itself, you're going to come up with some shit where you're going to be like, oh, so that's how I can stay alive forever. Are you going to let all the peasants in on that information? If you figured out how to stay alive forever and pass your consciousness to the next body and keep living forever while the peasants die off over and over again, like, of course you're going to keep that knowledge to yourself and the chosen ones. Now that could all just be something I'm incorrect about. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't have that ability. I just think they do. Like, if you had all the money in the world and all the time in the world, you could have a facility where they clone human beings. You could create clone human beings if you had all the money in the world to do that and figure out how to do that. And I'm not talking about, like spit out a full-grown man, but create a human in a test tube and whatnot. If you had all the money and the time to figure out exactly how to create this perfect breed of human so that you could do all sorts of different stuff with these humans, are you going to let everybody in on that technology? Are you going to let everyone have access to that technology? Or are you going to keep it for just you and your special friends? Doxological Thinker said, can you do Roseanne and Neil deGrasse Tyson arguing over the meaning of life? Thank you for having me on your show, Roseanne. I know I'm not like your typical guests, and so I'm looking forward to having an interesting conversation all about science and the discovery of the universe and the cosmos. As you know, I'm a world-famous astrophysicist, and I have these scientific eyebrows, which, of course, some people find sexy.
Neil, I care most about getting rid of these freaking libtards who are trying to take over and destroy MAGA. I don't know about you, Neil, but I voted for Trump, and I'm sick of all these freaking MAGAs. Sick of all these freaking commies trying to ruin the MAGA movement. So, Neil, I got to tell you, the meaning of life, according to you and according to me, we might be in two different places. I like to think about things like really heavy things, like with deep meaning. I like to think about the Nephilim and the Anunnaki. Neil, do you know anything about the Anunnaki?
Roseanne, what I can tell you is that the cosmos stretch further than any known thing in the universe. And the universe itself is an ever-expanding concept which challenges the inner workings of a human's mind. We're like a speck of dust floating through the nether regions of an infinite void. And the whole thing is so exciting. Makes me want to laugh randomly, even though I haven't said anything that's funny.
That's really deep. That like makes me think about the inner workings of my own life. So do you think the Anunnaki are the ones who discovered the Earth? And do you think the Anunnaki ever come back and visit? Do you think there's gray aliens that visit the planet Earth, Neil?
I believe at some point we have been visited by higher life forms. However, I don't believe these stories and these videos coming out from these yahoos talking about seeing flying saucers. I think a lot of these people are stuck in their own imagination. However, we would be foolish not to think that there's not something out there. We would be foolish not to think that there's something watching over us right now. If the universe goes on forever, then there is indeed alien life out there right now. And they're probably having a conversation, asking themselves something similar as what we're talking about right now.
There you go. There's some Roseanne and Neil having a conversation.
I really hope the Anunnaki and the Nephilims visit Earth, and I hope they fucking kill all the commies who are trying to stop MAGA. I'll say, can you see? Da, 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 da.
All right, there you go. Someone asked about Brian Johnson. Is Brian Johnson a robot or clone? Maybe both. Maybe he's an artificially intelligent, cloned robot sent from the past to infiltrate the future while spreading awareness of artificial intelligence through the use of robots being clones. Does that answer your question? I hope not. Seriously, though, that guy does look unhealthy. If we're talking about the Dr. Brian Johnson guy, he does look unhealthy. So I haven't met him. So I don't know for sure if he's an actual human or a robot or a clone or a bloody moldy rolla. But if I had to guess, I'm going to say he's a combination of all those things. I think he's a bloody moldy rolla, artificially intelligent cloned robot. There you go. Aren't you glad that you asked that question? You got some pertinent information there. Every once in a while, I like to purposely say some retarded shit just to be funny. And that was one of those times. All right. Conga Hydra says it's so tiring that this life is all about exploitation rather than improving the lives of every living thing. It's getting rough out there. It's getting hard out there for a pimp when you're trying to make the money for the rent. Slapping bitches and pimping hoes out on these streets, know what I'm saying?
Why is it Every time a black man start to come up in America, that's when the economy crashes. Every time a black man start to make his way, start to get a few dollars in his wallet, that's when we go into a recession. Because recession is caused by white people. Black man walking down the street minding his own business. He out there on the grind. He pimping his hoes. He slapping a bitch just like I got slapped by Will Smith. And that's when you see the dollar start collapsing. I really do believe recession is caused artificially by white people. Everybody knows if all these businesses was run by black folks, the economy would be thriving right now.
All right.
Y'all remember when Will Smith slapped the shit out of me? I still got summertime ringing in my ears.
Doxological says, can you do Roseanne turning on MAGA and then Trump deporting her?
After having Neil deGrasse Tyson on my show, I think I'm actually getting sick of the MAGA cult, and I realize that's what it is. It's a freaking cult, and everybody knows I'm part of the tribe. Everybody knows that I'm tied back to the people who make hand signs. I'm tied back to the big club. Everyone knows I'm in the big club, and everybody knows that the agenda of the big club is to turn everyone into a Nancy boy, to turn everyone freaking gay. And that's why I'm joining in the agenda. From now on, fuck MAGA. I'm joining the commie cult. Now I'm a fucking libtard. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. The fact that you ever trusted me and thought I was an actual right-winger just shows how fucking stupid you MAGAs really are.
Quite frankly, I'm very disappointed to hear about what Roseanne said about me. I thought she was in our camp. I thought she was trustworthy. I thought she was a legitimate MAGA member. But of course, in 2025, you just can't trust anybody. Turns out she was part of Kamala and Creepy Joe's deep state cult. And we're here to drain the swamp. We are here to get rid of these creepy creatures who are hanging around, wallowing in the swamp. Just as we finish draining this swamp, we're getting rid of these creatures, and now they're showing their true colors. Roseanne, she showed her true colors. She came out against MAGA, saying a bunch of deplorable, terrible things. Quite frankly, I couldn't believe my ears. So you know what I'm going to do? We're going to get rid of Roseanne. We're going to deport her. Now, we can't send her to Mexico because they don't want her. I talked to the federales. They do not want Roseanne in their country. And of course, Canada, they don't want anything to do with Roseanne. So, you know, the only place we can send her, the only place that's willing to take her in, China. And it's not going to be pretty. When Roseanne gets to China, she's going to realize she made a terrible mistake, huge mistake. Nobody makes a mistake like that when they're dealing with me. Deport your ass right to China. All right? And then I'm going to say that you're full of bullshit. And then to really drive my point home, I'm going to say the F word. Are you ready? Here it comes. Fuck Roseanne. You hear that, Roseanne? Fuck Roseanne's bullshit. This is a new Trump. It's an edgier Trump. I say fuck now. I say bullshit. I'm telling you, fuck Roseanne's bullshit. All right? There you go. Can I do Ghostface and Freddy Krueger fighting? And then there's another one I got thanking me for doing Chris Rock. Let me go ahead and read that one real quick. So, Conga Hydra said, thanks for the Chris Rock. You're welcome.
Why is it every time a black man walking down the street, White man see a black man walking down the street. White man cross to the other side of the road because he's afraid he gonna get his ass beat by the black man. Why is it every time that white people talk about black people?
And one ballers, Ghostface and Freddy Krueger. One sec. Spilled a little bit of water on my damn computer. One sec.
Hey, Freddy. What's your favorite scary movie? Well, if you have to ask, then you must be too fucking stupid to realize who I am. Nobody even knew who Ghostface was until they woke up in my nightmare. It's showtime. That doesn't answer my question, Freddy. I asked you, what's your favorite scary movie? And I believe my answer was a direct insult. Don't try and insult my intelligence. Everybody knows the only scary movie I would ever go back and watch would be Nightmare on Elm Street. Because I was a way better villain and a way better bad guy and a way better killer than you ever dreamed of being. Because I could infiltrate somebody's fucking nightmares, stab them with my knives, and then fucking kill them in real life. Whereas your dumbass has to call people on the fucking phone and ask them about what their favorite scary movie was. Which makes Freddy the greatest bad guy psycho killer of all time. So what's your favorite scary movie? Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right. I don't know. That's the best I could come up with on the spot. Those two guys sound too much alike, right? Ghostface and Freddy. It's like they both have such a similar voice that it just became like me doing two of the same guys. I don't watch any movies at all anymore. In fact, when I was a kid, I liked the corny, scary movies. I liked the Jason movies because I thought it was funny. So, like Jason 6, 7, and 8 were my favorite because they were corny. And Jason would walk around like killing people in like more like comedic ways, and it wasn't really scary. And the gore was more like comical. So I liked Jason. And then the Freddy movies were a little more freaky, like when I was a little kid. But by the time I was like a teenager, like Freddy became corny. And Jason seemed cooler to me because he wouldn't say anything and he would just walk and he would still catch up to people. And then there'd be teenagers who'd like, oh, let's go skinny dipping. Yeah. And so there'd be teenagers out camping, skinny dipping, and then Jason shows up and kills everybody. Oh, better times. Back when you could watch a psycho killer kill a bunch of campers and it was considered entertaining. Misanthropic loves the scary movies. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Looks like I got them all. Holden says, Jake, do you still watch Christmas movies? On Christmas Day, I usually go to my aunt's house. She lives in my grandma's house. After my grandma passed away, my aunt started putting on our little Christmas celebration. So the family's down to just like my aunt and my cousin and me, but we used to all meet up, for Christmas dinner and stuff at my grandma's house. And so when I go over to my house on Christmas Day, in the background, I might put on like a Christmas Story on TBS. They have like Christmas Story running 24 hours a day. And so I'll put that on in the background for the nostalgia kick. You'll shoot your eye out, Ralphie! You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Oh my God, I shot my eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. Right? So I still like to get down with a little bit of Christmas Story. And then every great once in a while, the one with Chevy Chase. Which that one's not as funny anymore. Home Alone, still worth a watch every few years, right? But not as much as I used to. I don't really go back and watch old movies hardly ever anymore. Christmas Vacation used to be more of like a fun one, and then like I noticed like the last time I watched it, like it just didn't hit the same. Whereas Christmas Story, like no matter how many times I see Ralphie beat up the bully, Scott Farkas, it like makes like the hairs on my arms stand up. It's like they captured it so well. Like the minute he like blows his fuse and he's like, ah! And he charges Scott Farkas and then he beats him up. Fricka fracka ticka tacka sicka tecka micka macka son of bitch a fricka ducka ducka. Did you hear what he said? Fricka frackin' licka lackin' snicka snackin' dicka dackin'. Right? When he beats up the bully. That's like such a well executed scene that they captured that like so accurately depicts that moment a young boy fights his bully and beats his ass. It's like they pulled it off perfectly. And so there's that scene in the movie that like that doesn't get old, man. It's fucking Americana. Fighting a bully used to be a fucking thing. And now you don't see movies like that. There is no movie now where a kid blows his fuse and beats a bully's ass. It used to be a thing. But they want to castrate everyone and everything. So they'd rather have you go to a teacher and cry, right? They'd rather have you tell on the bully. They'd rather guilt trip the bully rather than teach you to whoop the bully's ass. Yeah, some people get angry at me if I say I go to my aunt's house on Christmas and that we eat dinner. They're like, you celebrate Christmas? Such an idiot, shill pagan, man. It's like, dude, I go to my aunt's house and we eat dinner. and then I come back here, you know? So yeah, back in the day, we used to go to grandma's house and the whole family would meet up and we'd do gifts and it was fun. It was always a positive experience. So Christmas, was fun for the most part when I was a kid. And so now all it is like me and my cousin and my aunt, we just eat dinner, ask each other how life is going. And that's it. So if anybody wants to get mad and be like, dude, can't believe you eat a Christmas dinner with your aunt, man. You're such a stupid idiot. You should eat a non-Christmas dinner with your aunt. It's like, I don't give a shit. It's like, you know, if my aunt says, "Do you want to come over for Christmas dinner?" I'm like, food. I like eating food that someone else made for me. Right? Who they call it Christmas dinner or not Christmas dinner? I just want to go eat some good dinner. You know? So to me, it's like, Jake, do you want to come over and eat dinner with family? Yes. Whether it's a called a Christmas dinner or not. Yeah. No. If you tell somebody that you ate Christmas dinner, they will accuse you of celebrating Christmas like a total idiot. You celebrate Christmas. Like, yeah, we ate prime rib. It was fucking good. We called it Christmas dinner. We gave each other a couple cheap gifts and then we ate prime rib and it was fucking good. Got a problem with that we ate prime rib dinner and exchanged a couple cheap gifts? Got a fucking issue with that? Go take it up with somebody who gives a shit, because I don't. Yes, my dad is still alive. I talked about him earlier in this stream. So when it's all said and done, you can go back and watch the earlier portion of the stream when I tell the deal about what happened last time I saw my dad, which was not long ago, last week. Yeah, that's like 2 of the dinners that I have with my aunt. It's like the only time I get together with family is to eat Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner. It's the only time we do like the full blown like family dinner with like lots of different stuff. It's more like the food is the main event. We don't think about the pilgrims coming over on the Mayflower and the Indians. We don't think about none of that. We just like to eat food. We're just looking for a reason to eat some food together, you know. LaFleur Network says, let's infiltrate the fake flat earth debate outsiders. No. That's what the shills want. The shills are begging me to come be a part of Will Duffy's final debate. So guess what? Nope. Why would I go do that and then cause you guys to go give them attention? Why do we want to give Will Duffy attention? We don't. Fuck Will Duffy. The final debate is going to flop. It's going to be a shill show. Nobody's going to care. When it's all said and done, you can go ask any person out on the street about Will Duffy, and they won't know who the fuck he is, and they won't care. The earth is still not a globe. The earth is still going to be flat, no matter what Will Duffy and any losers say. So why show up and give him attention? If I showed up, it would just add audience to what he's doing. And that's what they want. So they already have shills like, oh, everybody should totally want to argue against Will Duffy, and anyone who doesn't want to argue against Will Duffy is wrong and a bad guy. Anyone who loves the flat earth should want to argue with Will Duffy. I already see that narrative being pushed. Nope. Shill Duffy is going to have a controlled debate with a bunch of shills, and they're going to allow other people to show up. But anyone who does show up is an idiot. In my opinion, they're going to waste their time hanging out with shills. And the type of people who watch those guys and love the globe aren't people who you're ever going to flip-flop or convince of anything that we're talking about. So the people who love Will Duffy and love Mick Toon and our globe cucks, they fucking hate guys like me, and they hate everyone over here, and they are sheeple who believe everything on the news. So if those are the people who are hanging out over there, I'm not going to go subject myself to seeing their comments in the chat talking about how stupid the flurfs are. No, thank you. Yeah, it's basically going to be pro wrestling meets a flat earth versus globe earth debate. So it's like a WWE debate over the shape of the earth. And they're going to have Will Duffy like be the main guy defending the globe. And my guess is he'll probably have an earpiece with Mick Toon in his ear and Craig in his other ear telling him what to say. I can almost guarantee MC Toon, Michael Toon, is going to be all up in Will Duffy's ear telling him exactly what to say. Looks like somebody's asking for an impression that I don't do or have never done. All right, so I have a request from An1 Ballers. Said, can you do Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots? I've never done Shrek, to be honest, and never watched the Shrek movies. Just being totally honest. I felt like that was like some sort of shit for children and whatnot. And I know a bunch of adults love Shrek too, but I never watched Shrek, so don't have a Shrek impression. So I'll let you choose something else for me to do. So give me some other comedic suggestion, preferably something that you know I can do. I don't want to have to pull up a clip of Shrek and try and learn it on the spot, because chances are the Shrek clips are going to be copyrighted. And being as I never watched the movie and I don't have it ready to go, I don't want to sit here and pull up a Shrek clip and try and do it all on the spot. I'd rather do an impression of something that I know I can do automatically. So give me a better recommendation, and I'll be glad to do it. What about an Irish accent? Oh, and do they talk like this? Do they talk like this over in Ireland? Of course, if I try and talk like this, I sound like a cross between somebody who's from the UK and somebody who's from Scotland and somebody who's from the outback in Australia. I kind of sound like a cross between all of these people. I, of course, have never been to the UK. I've never been to Scotland. I've never been to Ireland. And I've never been to Australia or Tasmania either, mate. So all I can do is just try and mock the accent that I hear others when they're speaking, because I don't know what it's like to live in Ireland, and I've never visited Ireland. So I just have to try and imitate what I think an Irish person sounds like. I don't know. I know there's a fella who lives down under in Tasmania. He says that I'm a shape-shifting icon. He's already added me. It's got me doing damage control. He knows he used to be Jake the Asshole, now calling himself Jake the Awake. So he's trying to distance himself from the fact he got added as being John Am. He got added as being Nick Johnson and a shape-shifting icon. Right? So that is how a Tasmanian person sounds. At least that's how a Tasmanian guy sounds who thinks that I'm a shape-shifting archon. But I think if I've heard somebody who lives in Ireland, they kind of have a little bit of a thing going on in the voice when they sound like this, and they talk a little bit like this, and they have a little more softness in the voice. Right? Is that how an Irish person sounds? They've got a globetrot named Croaky Blinder, who's quite the ugly fella. He's the type of fella that you don't want to look at, otherwise you might get nightmares. Creaky Blinder is so ugly, he's the type of fella who gives Freddy Krueger nightmares, by cracky. The flat earthers are so stupid. They're going to go to Antarctica with Will Duffy, and they're going to find out that it's not a flat earth and that it was a globe all along. They don't know it's a globe, and that's why they're experiencing personal incredulity. They all sound like annoying twat bags to me. All of them. Oi, you flat earthers are so stupid. You're constantly embarrassing yourself now, isn't it? That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to figure out how to use a bloody remote. That's when I had to ask Sharon, hey, can you come in here and help me use this bloody remote? Can't figure out how to use this fucking thing.
No, Ozzy, that's not a remote. That's your phone. You're trying to use your phone as a TV remote, Ozzy.
What's the bloody difference?
One is for controlling the television, and one is for controlling your phone, Ozzy.
I'm Rigged said, watch all the Leprechaun movies. Ha 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 ha. You'll get it. I don't think I have enough time to do that. I've got other more important things I need to accomplish in my life besides watching the Leprechaun movies. And with that said, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up Truth or Tuesday. We've been on here for over 2.5 hours, and I'm getting a little tired. I can feel myself start to like stumble over my words, and like I feel like I need to eat some food, and I need to bulk up. I'm getting all skinny and shit because I haven't been eating enough food apparently. So I'm gonna get off here and stuff some food in my face so that next time you see me, I weigh a little bit more. So I'm going to get to doing that. And you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. I'll see you in the next video, the next stream. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on another Truth or Tuesday, talking about some random shit. I enjoyed myself. I hope you did too. Hopefully I made you guys laugh at some point. And if you missed any of the beginning of the stream, go back and rewatch the replay. And I'll see you guys next time, okay? I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. And extra big thank you to everyone who donated. I'll go back and watch the replay later tonight, and I'll read all of your guys' messages so that I can see who was here and who said what. So even if I didn't read your message live, I'm going to go back and watch the replay and read everybody's comments. So thank you guys for hanging out with me on another Truth or Tuesday. I'll catch you next time. Peace out. Much love. Good night.